Okay. Now, if you don't know what carcinogen is, you got to look it up. Okay. A carcinogen is a substance capable of causing cancer in living tissue. Okay. It's any substance or radiation that promotes carcinogenesis, the formation of cancer. This may be due to the ability to damage the genome or to the disruption of cellular metabolic processes. Okay? So that's what a carcinogen is, because they're going to keep saying this. Okay? A broad range of adverse human health effects associated with RFR have been reported since the IARC review. In addition, 3 large-scale carcinogenicity studies in rodents exposed to levels of RFR that mimic lifetime human exposures have shown significantly increased rates of, okay, this word here, it just means I believe, a heart tumor right here. Okay. Okay. Rates of, I'm going to just say heart tumor and malignant gliomas. Okay. Gliomas is brain tumor. Okay. So, as well as chromosomal DNA damage. Okay. So, they're testing the rats, and what's happening, okay, is significantly increased rates of heart and brain malignant tumors, as well as chromosomal DNA damage. Okay. Of particular concern are the effects of RFR exposure on the developing brain in children. Compared with an adult male, a cell phone held against the head of a child exposes deeper brain structures to greater radiation doses per unit volume, and the young, thin skull's bone marrow absorbed a roughly tenfold higher local dose. Okay. Experimental and observational studies also suggest that men who keep cell phones in their trouser pockets have significantly lower sperm counts and significantly impaired sperm motility and morphology, including mitochondrial DNA damage. Okay? So when you got your phone in your pocket, men, it's affecting your DNA and your sperm. Okay? Based on the accumulated evidence, we recommend that IARC reevaluate its 2011 classification of the human carcinogenicity of RFR, and that WHO complete a systematic review of multiple other health effects, such as sperm damage. In the interim, current knowledge provides justification for governments, public health authorities, and physicians, allied health professionals, to warn the population that having a cell phone next to the body is harmful, and to support measures to reduce all exposures to RFR. Okay? There's more. Hold on a second. Okay? In this review, we address the current scientific evidence on health risks from exposure to RFR, which is in the non-ionizing frequency range. Okay, so you have a lot of these so-called teachers out here talking about how non-ionizing radiation is not harmful to the body. Well, this is saying different. Okay, it's saying here that evidence that RFR can cause physiological and or morphological effects on bees, plants, and trees. So basically, this radiation is mutating the bees, plants, and trees. It's mutating your DNA. It's mutating your sperm. And this is based on scientific research on rats. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's get to the part here. Okay, whoever's telling you that cell phones are not dangerous, they lied to you. Okay. Down here. Let me keep going. Hold on. Children, and let's do children and reproduction, okay? As a result of rapid growth rates and greater vulnerability of developing nervous systems, the long-term risk to children from RFR exposure from cell phones and other WTDs are expected to be greater than those to adults. By analogy with other carcinogens, longer opportunities for exposure due to earlier use of cell phones and other WTDs could be associated with greater cancer risks in later life. Meaning, if your son or your daughter is on their tablet, okay, they little, okay, this can later on affect them in life and have a greater risk for cancer later on in life. Okay, so even though people are saying, okay, the radiation is not on high levels and maybe it's only emitting small radiation levels, the shit builds up. And later on, it's going to affect you later on in your life, right? And that's just the frequencies that we've been dealing, but we know that they're about to turn the heat up on that, right? So let's keep going. Modeling of energy absorption can be an indicator of potential exposure to RFR. A study modeling the exposure of children 3 to 14 years of age to RFR has indicated that a cell phone held against the head of a child exposes deeper brain structures to roughly double the radiation doses, including fluctuating electrical and magnetic fields per unit volume than in adults, and also that the marrow in the young thin skull absorbs roughly 10-fold higher local dose than in the skull of an adult male. Thus, pediatric populations are among the most vulnerable to RFR exposure. Okay, so when you're giving your kid their tablet to get up out your face and stuff like that, it's actually killing your child, basically. Okay, let's continue. The increasing use of cell phones in children, which can be regarded as a form of addictive behavior, has been shown to be associated with emotional and behavioral disorders. Okay, Devin et al., I guess that's his name, studied 13,000 mothers and children and found that prenatal exposure to cell phones was associated with behavioral problems and hyperactivity in children. A subsequent Danish study of 24,000, children found a 23% increased odds of emotional and behavioral difficulties at age 11 years among children whose mothers reported any cell phone use at age 7 years, compared to children whose mothers reported no use at age 7 years. Okay. A cross-sectional study of 4,000, I'm going to just round it, okay? 5,000 U.S. children aged 8 to 11 years from 20 study sites indicated that shorter screen time and longer sleep periods independently improve child cognition, with maximum benefits achieved with low screen time and age-appropriate sleep times. Similarly, a cohort study of Swiss adolescents suggested a potential adverse effect of RFR on cognitive functions that involve brain regions mostly exposed during mobile phone use. Okay, Sage and Berglio, okay, so-and-so and so-and-so posted that epigenetic drivers and DNA damage underline adverse effects of wireless devices on childhood development. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that says it all right there. It's talking about how it gives your child ADHD and all that stuff. So They have studied people, they have studied rats, and this is the what they're saying about it. Okay, so all this other shit you're hearing from the government is bullshit. Okay, because these are the scientific studies on radiation. Okay. Um, a study of mobile phone base station tower settings adjacent to school buildings has found that high exposure of male students to RFR from these towers was associated with delayed fine and gross motor skills, spatial working memory, and attention in adolescent students compared with students who were exposed to low RFR. A recent prospective cohort study showed a potential adverse effect of RFR brain dose on adolescents' cognitive functions, including spatial memory that involve brain regions exposed during cell phone use. Okay, male fertility has been addressed in cross-sectional studies in men. Associations between keeping cell phones in trouser pockets and lower sperm quantity and quantity and quality have been reported. Both in vivo and vitro studies with human sperm confirm adverse effects of RFR on the testicular protum and other indicators of male reproductive health, including infertility. Okay. Rachel, whoever that is, found significantly altered sperm DNA fragmentation in subjects who use mobile phones for more than 4 hours a day, and in particular, those who place the device in the trouser pocket. Okay. In a cohort study, Zhang found that cell phone use may negatively affect sperm quality in men by decreasing the semen volume, sperm concentration, or sperm count, thus impairing male fertility. Okay? Guadam studied the effect of 3G mobile phone radiation on the productive system of male Wistar rats. They found that the exposure to mobile phone radiation induces oxidative stress in the rats, which may lead to alteration in sperm parameters affecting their fertility. Okay? And this is 3G that they did the study on. Okay? That was 3G that time. Okay. So the rest here is just talking about what else it does. It gives you headaches, fatigue, appetite loss, insomnia. Okay. Amongst other stuff. Okay. So that's it. They also did a test. I'm trying to look for the part where it's talking about formaldehyde, but I'm just going to drop the link in here because I didn't want to do this too late. So I'm going to just drop the link in here and you can read it yourself. It's talking about how there's a major increase, okay, for tumors, heart tumors specifically, and brain tumors when you're drinking the water, okay, like your tap water, because the tap water has formaldehyde in it. So when you're on your phone, apparently the water in the formaldehyde just puts you at an increased risk for tumors. Okay. And all the scientific research is here. All the scientists is here. They have no MO. They're not working for the government. But when you go to these government sites, they're not saying anything about the scientific research. What they're doing is they're telling you it's healthy. Okay. So I usually go to these sites here, PMC. It's a good site to use if you're looking for primary and like legit sources. Anyways, I'm exhausted. I just wanted to bring this out because, a lot of people get confused and they're very trusting of these teachers in the conscious community when they're saying, no, 5G is not dangerous and radiation is not dangerous. Yes, it is. Okay. I put all the sources in my last post, so you can just go through those sources. And I'm going to post this one again. Okay. Radiation is dangerous. It's dangerous to men. It's dangerous to women. It gives you heart tumors. It gives you brain tumors. And it gives your children behavioral issues. Okay. So if you're pregnant, I would probably stay away from my phone a lot. Okay. Period. Peace and love, family.